welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who took a leap of faith and decided to join me for this jumping episode. It's Nick Rehack.
Hi.
You were in the air when I said that.
I was hanging on the ledge. I had to jump back up and then get to the mic.
You were in the simulator?
I was in the simulator. I was, whoa. I'm like, oh no, Mark just said my name. I need to respond.
How much time do you spend every day in the jumping simulator?
More than you would think. And I'm not going to lie, more than I want to admit.
Now, when you
It's at least an hour, I'll say that.
In this simulator, when you jump, do you crash on concrete and smash it, or do you leave a light tread? If you jumped on my roof in the simulator, would you go through it? Or would you just jump right off of it? You know what I mean?
I think there'd be a bit of a bevel in there. There'd be just a slightest little dent, and you wouldn't notice it unless you're at just the right angle, and you're like, wait, did he a little ding in my roof?
Oh, man.
But it also depends on my mood. Sometimes you just want to crash into something. You know, you just want to jump into the ball pit willy-nilly.
You go full Venom.
Yeah, you go. Yes, you do.
That's what I love about Venom in those movies, because whenever Venom jumps around on rooftops, he just destroys everything. And it just makes me happy, because he's just such a maniac, and he does so much damage to homes. And I love it. And even it's unnecessary damage. He's just all for it. It makes me happy.
Stuff that's even avoidable, too. He's like, you know what? You only live once.
Yep. Bricks falling on people. It's fine.
We've seen Home Alone 2. They survive.
Have you ever seen the movie Outside Providence?
I cannot say that I have.
It's a 90s film with Sean Hoddesy, Alec Baldwin, and Amy Smart. And I thought about it the other day because I did a Just Friends episode. But there's a line in it where Sean is talking to somebody. He's like, yeah, my brother, he's in a wheelchair because when we were younger, he had a freak accident. We were playing touch football, and he fell off the roof. And I just love that line. Yeah, he had a freak accident. Exactly, he had a freak accident. We were playing touch football, and he fell off the roof. Just makes me so happy. Like, I've remembered that line since the 90s. It's just obviously since the 90s, but it's a beautiful line.
It catches you off guard. It also lets you know if someone's paying attention to what you're actually saying or not, too.
It's a good, I know every joke is written, but I like that, like, you have to pay attention to it. Like, you actually have to sit there and absorb what just happened. And I love that about it.
Classic.
But falling off of roofs aside, I brought you in today. We've talked jet skis, we've talked Purple Rain, we've talked Tron, we've talked soundtracks, we've talked bathroom fights. So now, in the entire cinematic history of jumps, I mean, just jumping has always happened. I mean, A Trip to the Moon, there's jumping around. In The Great Train Robbery, there's jumping around. Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton. People have been jumping since the dawn, jumping in cinema since its invention. I mean, remember that scene with Nosferatu when it was doing parkour?
Yeah, it's the way he did the little tuck. I think he's the one that invented that as you land, you tuck and roll and spring up onto your feet. I'm fairly certain that Max Schreck is like the guy for that.
Did you know that District B13, the French action film, is a remake of Nosferatu?
Is it really?
Yeah.
It felt familiar at times. I'm like, God, I know I've seen this before, but I thought it was like a weird deja vu, or like, you see some scenes in foreign films that American directors have kind of parroted, and I'm like, something's not right here. But now that you say it, the glass is shattered.
Yeah, not a lot of people know that, but Max Schreck, like you said, first parkour artist in cinema history.
Yeah. Did he get the honorary Oscar for that? I feel like.
Him and his stunt
team. I feel like he got an honorary.
Yeah, because they did the wire work for everything. Because there were a couple jumps where the line producers were like, no. So then they had to invent this system of ropes, and they really had to really do some crazy rotoscoping to get it out of there.
I imagine,
with animation
especially back then.
Yeah, and so you watch the amazing martial arts films that took place in Hong Kong. You watch The Matrix, which we're going to talk about later. That all stems from the wire work that Max Schreck and his team did on the movie called Jumpin' City, Berlin, which was released in 1933, I believe. After it was delayed for a couple of years because there were some problems with the producers. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was just lots of jumps, lots of parkour, and the Hays Code got a hold of it and really tore it to shreds. So
you know what? I do remember that because when they filmed it, they didn't use sound. And then when it was kind of in that production hell, they needed to go back and redub it.
Yeah. And not the best dubbing.
No. The horn honks, like the bicycle horn honks whenever he leapt, that felt weird. But, I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah, it was like squeak, squeak, conk, conk.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, good Foley work, right? I'm not going to blame the Foley artists, but I will blame the idea of it.
Yeah. I mean, efficiently and expertly just crafted and maneuvered and executed in every way, shape, and form. It is crisp. It is clear. In all my hours and years of watching film, I've never heard a better honk in my life.
Yeah.
But still a very weird choice.
You know what's crazy? They actually had to invent the rubber to make the honker for that movie.
Really?
Yeah. So they ordered some rubber from like a famous plant in South America. They brought it over. They went 8 different tests. Some sounded too nasally, some sounded too farty, and they eventually found the right one, and that's history right there. That's the Academy Honorary Academy Award.
Yeah, I'd like to imagine that the Warner Brothers, like the original Warner Brothers, are sitting around testing these horns, and one of them just says, "That's too farty," and they're like, "Yeah, you're right."
They're like,
no, sounds like yesterday's lunch. How about this one over here?
No, too much like a goose.
Yeah. And then it's filled with goose feathers. That's why. Take a couple feathers out and we'll see.
Well, have you seen the movie Fly Away Home? That's what they used for that movie.
All the extras.
It's a deep pull from Anna Paquin and Jeff Daniels.
That was a very deep pull. As soon
Sometimes
as you
I don't
said
know
it in my
what
head, I'm like, Jeff Daniels in a cart shaped like a goose, right? So, and I was waiting for you to name a couple actors, and I'm like, okay, good, we're on the same page.
Yeah, sometimes I can't remember where I put my phone, but I can pull that out.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Well, I mean, stuff stays with you a little bit more. Phones don't have that emotional impact that film does.
Yeah, I remember hearing that honk, and that's what led me down my research.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of geese.
Huge goose fan. The band Goose, the animal Goose.
Yep.
Big fan all around. You ever listen to Goose?
I've never listened to Goose, but I do know that the 2021 film Benedetta features a really great goosing scene that incites a lot of problems.
I keep hearing about this film, and I think I need to watch it or find a way to watch it, because anytime someone talks about it, there's always a flare of positivity around it. I'm like, okay, I need to see it. Not so much like you want to avoid this. It's like, hey, you know what? Maybe check this out. And I'm like,
Verhoeven.
Yeah, okay.
It's like the tone. It's very dramatic. It's very earnest, but then there's also poop gags, and it's just very it's just Verhoeven through and through. It's just
very farty.
Yeah, very farty. They use the horn for it. It's just some great jumps in it. There's a jump in it, but it's quite morbid. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you watch a Paul Verhoeven movie nowadays and go, oh man, that's bad. Like that's bad. Like it's so bad it's good. Like Verhoeven knows what he's doing. Like Showgirls, he filmed it like that. It didn't just turn out like that. Like Verhoeven knows what he's doing. Rolling Stone said it's the cycle of Verhoeven, where every 10 years someone goes, wait, that movie was good. Yeah. All right, so let's get the jumping. How's that sound? You want to talk about jumps?
Yes, sir.
I just need to get that riffing out of my system, man. It's been a long time since you've been on here, so that was good.
It felt great.
I mean, sometimes if it doesn't feel great, I'll just stop it and move on, but we were working it. I feel good. Now I'm patting myself on the back. It's fine.
It was like coming home.
By Philip Phillips?
A yard full of geese.
Philip Phillips or Michael Bublé singing it?
Michael Bublé.
Okay. Are you a Bublé fan?
I don't want to say ambivalent. If I hear it, I'm pleased. If I don't hear it, I'm not disappointed either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was talking to my wife the other day, and I like when he belts, but I don't like his kind of half mouth open singing, like his crooning. I don't like that.
Okay.
I like it when he's just belting a song out.
He's going for it.
Yeah, like when he's just going. But then there's I don't know. He's I don't know. I don't like it.
It feels a little lazy.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you can sing, and you're not. It's like watching Jordan walk up the court in his prime.
It's like, come on, man.
Jordan, you can
in
run.
His prime. Let me see. Just do something. A little hitch in that giddy up.
Yeah. So what we're doing today, we each pick 4 jumping scenes, and it's jumping. We wanted to largely avoid kind of jumping from a diving board into a pool. We wanted to kind of do iconic jumps that have some weight to them, some meat that people love. And, you could be bungee jumping, or it could be a beautiful scene from jumping from a car onto another car. And I actually sent you my list, but I mixed it up. And one of my jumps that I took out of my list, Nick, but I want to talk about real quick, is one from Cliffhanger, which is in the trailer, and they tested it for audiences. But the jump Stallone covers about 70 feet. Obvious, I'm exaggerating, but he nails this incredibly long jump. And test audiences watched it, and they saw him complete this jump, and the test scores went way down.
Really?
Yeah, because they're like, there's no way. Like that jump put such a sour taste in everyone's mouths that they had to edit it a different way.
How?
Well,
That's all I can say is how. If you saw a jump, wouldn't you be excited? Like, get it, he nailed it, yeah.
I mean, it is a movie called Cliffhanger.
That's true.
But the jump, I remember because I was doing research for the Dwayne Johnson jump in Skyscraper. There's some wonderful, Jackie Chan's done some great jumps. Matt Damon in the Bourne trilogy's done some great jumps. Indiana Jones,
he has.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, excellent jumper. But then I researched this Cliffhanger jump, and I'm like, that's crazy. I was like, why is that not in the movie? And then I found out on the commentary that's why. Because it just lowered the test scores way too much.
That doesn't seem right. Did maybe somebody miswrote, or was it in like a fresh, wet pen and it got smeared somehow?
Well, I mean, the jump was so insane. Because, listen, Cliffhanger is kind of a grounded movie, right? I mean, the lady dies in the beginning because something doesn't hold.
Yeah.
Stallone does hang on to things, but it's quite grounded. Like, it's absurd. There's a helicopter fight that's an upside-down helicopter on the side of a mountain, but there's no, like, superhuman heroics.
Right.
But that jump, like, imagine in Skyscraper if Dwayne Johnson jumped, like, 100 yards. Like, that would take you out of the movie. You couldn't...
Yeah.
So it blew up the test scores, so they took it out. So that's my one jump I excluded from this.
Oh,
just wanted to let you know.
All right.
Well, do you want to start us off with a jump that we can talk about?
Yeah. I want to start out with one that I really dig, and that's the Halo jump from the Godzilla film of 2014, the Gareth Edwards directed one. I believe it was featured in the trailer too.
Oh yeah.
But there's something about this jump, the lead up to it, and how all of a sudden there's just no noise. Like, it's just the air, and then you have the very creepy and intense, I don't even know how to describe it, but like these choral, I guess maybe wobbles, the same kind of eerie sound that you get from 2001: A Space Odyssey, whenever the monolith is around. It's that same style as these guys are just jumping through, and what adds is as they fly past Godzilla fighting the Muto, they just catch glimpses of the might and the terror and the size. It's not like they're just flying by and looking at it and we see them in the distance. Like, they're just right there watching it happen in front of their faces. And it's terrifying. It's cool. I would love to skydive one time, nowhere near a Godzilla fight, but it's just a really cool scene.
Oh, no, I love it. And it actually made me learn that it's called a high altitude, low opening jump. So I'm very happy that I learned what a Halo jump is now. So I was like, why is it a Halo jump? Are they in a circle? Like, what is going on? Why is it called a Halo jump?
Men chanting?
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I watched the breakdown of this. The director did a breakdown, and they did it in like LA and France. There's green screen. There's actual jumping. There's Aaron Taylor Johnson held by a rig in a studio. The amount of like all CGI characters, actual skydivers. The amount of work, and you know what's crazy? They filmed these skydivers just going towards an empty, like a perfectly beautiful day, but then they cut them out and then added all the digital background. And it's just crazy. It's such a beautiful trailer moment, though, Nick, because Godzilla made tons of money, and yeah. I guarantee you, in the trailer, you see that moment and you feel the scope, you feel the mystery, you feel the score, the like thundering wind, and it's just such a cool way to like show but not really show. So I dug that you picked this one because it's an important jump in cinema.
Yeah, and it kind of shifts the tone a little bit. We go from this like kind of sci-fi action to like really intense elements of horror because they're watching like monsters fight. And a lot of people look at Godzilla and they're like, oh, it's sci-fi, but it's also horror because you have these huge monsters fighting and destroying and unfortunate to say it, murdering millions of people. And it's really just people don't think about it that way.
And you're right about the buildup too. There's the countdown. There's just the breathing that you hear. and just the flashes of the monsters.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Godzilla in the latest series. Like I love that in 2014 he wins the fight then takes a nap. Like
Yeah. Isn't
Godzilla
that great?
is such like a tired, ugh, I gotta get back into this. And then he takes a nap and swims away. And then they blow up his house and
Yeah.
Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is,
What a bummer.
yeah, it's stupid. And then everyone's like, oh, Godzilla's gone bad, but he's just trying to take out bad people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you blew up his house. Of course, he's going to be a little annoyed.
Yeah, like what? I mean, guys, that was like billions of years old. Like this hidden Earth is cool, whatever. But that was my crib.
You know how long it took me to get that view? Thousands of years of erosion. You can't just get that overnight. You just can't call 1-800-WINDOW-NATION and put something up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, get 12,000 submarines and load. But it's just like, hey, we need to save the world. Godzilla's sleeping. Let's go blow up his home.
Yeah. When he's home too, and that's the rude part. There's no knocking. It's just like, hurry up, get in and get out.
Yeah.
Should we say something to him? No, he likes surprises.
Like if he was at his cousin's house, fine, right? But not his house. What was his cousin?
Yeah, no,
Does he have a cousin?
No, he doesn't. But in my mind, I like to imagine there's a cousin we just haven't discovered yet.
Like just a cousin with a total like rundown cave.
Hey, G-Man, just watch where you walk this time, please. Okay? We just put the couch back together, man, and I like it. Okay, I just really want to enjoy it, please.
It took 20,000 worshippers 40 years to build that couch, and you destroyed it.
We had to fight off Angirius twice.
Oh, my key's under there? No, but that's a perfect jump, too. I mean, because a lot of the initial marketing was based on that jump. I mean, I'm telling you, that scene made the movie a lot of money. Because it's just thematic, it's different, and it added a nice seriousness to it as well. And
yeah, it no longer felt like hokey. Not that the, Godzilla's from like the Toho series and everything felt hokey, but, in the moment you can kind of forget that it's a man in a suit. But sometimes you look at it and you're like, it's just a man in a suit. But like you said, it adds this kind of reality to it. It adds this, groundedness like we talked about earlier. And it's just nice.
Oh man. All right. So that was perfect. So I'll jump into mine. My first one, I'm going to save when Brian, I spell his brain, but when Brian saves Roman in Fast and Furious 6 during the highway tank chase that they filmed in, let's see, I have so many notes about this one. They filmed it in the Canary Islands, right? And I listened to the commentaries and I watched the behind the scenes footage for this. And the director, he just really wanted the scene to show off the improvisational skills of Dom and his crew. So Justin Lin wanted to show that. And what I love about it, there's two great jumps here. So you have Brian saying screw it and just jumping his escort over the rubble. And the first jump they did, the car flipped, and then they did it just fine on the second one. But the reason that jump looks so cool is there's a second unit dolly crew on the other side of the bridge. So when that thing jumped on over the barrier in the middle, a dolly was rolling towards it with a camera with people pushing it, which is bonkers.
What?
Yeah, exactly. And so they
what?
Yeah, and they did the jump. They nailed it. The first one flipped, and I just love that jump. And then I love when Roman jumps on, but also I was gotta say, Paul Walker in cinema has the best freak out face. Whenever you watch a movie and Paul Walker freaks out, so Fast and Furious 4, when Dom's coming after him, the look on his face, and running scared, he has the best freak out face in cinema. Joyride. So just watch that. But then when Roman is about to get smushed by the tank, Roman jumps onto the escort. Then he crawls inside. But this is perfect. Because once he gets inside, instead of being scared, Roman goes, yeah! And then they both laugh and just smile at each other like a couple of idiots. And that's what I miss about the Fast and Furious world. Is I know the unfortunate passing of Paul Walker, you can't do that anymore, but the relationship between Brian and Roman, they were so much fun. That was the fun of these movies. Like this Brian saying screw it, Roman jumping, the two of them just hitting their seats and smiling like little kids that they just completed this insane thing with death in the balance. But that's like one of my favorite moments in Fast 6. And then just researching it, and just learning about like everything that went into it with the dolly shots and like watching the stuntman on a wire rig. They put that the stuntman was on the wire rig and then he jumped from that car to another car. Like they really went out of their way, and they had 4 tanks on set. They had like 2 on truck chassis, a real tank, and then another tank that they put a fake turret on. But it was just also Justin Lin didn't want the car jump to be to be any other jump. He didn't want it to be a normal jump. So the way they show it, it's a different kind of jump. So it's everything about it, and the behind the scenes stuff, and just the reaction of Brian and Dom makes me Brian and Roman makes me so happy, because they're just a bunch of idiots and they're loving life that this happened. It's beautiful.
I mean, you couldn't have waxed more poetically about it, but I genuinely cannot stop thinking about the dolly shot. Now that you've told me that there's a dolly crew just pushing a camera towards this leaping automobile.
It's nuts. And they showed like the second unit key grip. He was talking about it. He's like, yeah, they wanted us to lay dolly track and like get this shot. And then they showed what it looked like behind the scenes, and then when they did it. But that's what I love about this scene. I mean, they had the people jumping from cars. This isn't like a totally. I mean, obviously there are CGI elements. They had to take out the cables and everything, but they really had cars jumping and flipping and diving, and I mean, it's just insane the stunts that they did. But I'm telling you, man, the smile on their faces and how happy they were about it. That's like my favorite moment. It's just beautiful. Just watching how happy they were. That's why I had to include it.
I mean, how else would you? I mean, yeah, like you said, normally people would just be like kind of screaming and freaking out, but just to be so excited that you nailed it, so excited to be alive. I think there's just so much to celebrate in that moment. Like, there's nothing else you could say.
I'll just and then but imagine that you and I do that. You somehow jump an escort over like, you know, a barrier on some rubble. You land it and you don't die, right? You are sweating. You're feeling queasy. Then I somehow make a jump onto that. Man, would we give a high five, or would just, because you still have to escape the tank behind you.
Yeah, but I tell you what, we would high five the entire time to a Zaxby's and have some fantastic chicken.
Man, wait, I think it would hit us like an hour later.
Yeah.
Dude.
We'd be on our third set of tenders and their Zaxby sauce and just be like, hey, you know what's dawning on me?
Yep.
You know you jumped onto my car, right?
Yeah, halfway through my birthday cake shake, I would just be like, dude, you jumped rubble to save me.
Oh, yeah, I did, huh?
Pass the tenders. That Texas toast is so good.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to get a couple more pieces. Do you want more?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Give me another shake. And then we just leave totally full and feeling miserable.
Yeah. But then we drive slow to let our food digest and then hope for the best.
Oh, I love it. All right. What's your second pick?
My second pick is going to be one that builds throughout an loosely related trilogy, and that's the fence jump from Shaun of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
As Shaun and his compatriots are rummaging through some backyards to find a quick way to the Winchester, they come across a series of fences. One of them is very unsure about it. He's like, I don't know, Shaun. He's like, what, you never taken a shortcut before? And he goes to jump the fence and just doesn't nail it. The fence falls down as he jumps, and it's just this comedic moment because you're expecting them to, like, you know, some really cool moment where he jumps and he bites it, and it's so funny. But then they build on it. Later on, when they're in Hot Fuzz, you see Simon Pegg leaping over several fences. He even does like a double flip over the one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it gets funnier and funnier. But that first initial one, like, you really think he's going to get one over on this guy. Like, I'll show you, man. Like, this is, I'll let you know what's up. But he just doesn't nail it. And there's even some, like, genuine reaction. Like, you could see Liz kind of look down with, like, a little bit of a smile on her face.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it looks painful but heartwarming at the same time. Like, I think his pride was hurt more than anything else.
And he plays it off really well too. And then he gets to jump over a trampoline later over a fence. So
and nails it.
Yeah, so he gets some retribution later on. But I listened to the 4 commentaries on the Shaun of the Dead Blu-ray to hear the reaction to all of this. And on each of them, people called it a woofer in a good way. And every time people are like, wait for it. And then everyone just laughed. And then someone went, whoo! Like, there were so many different laughs. Like, people love this scene. They love watching him wipe out. And I guess what's funny is the line producer on it. Sorry if I'm Mark explaining to you, Nick.
No.
The line producer there's in charge of all the money. And
Okay.
so like they're the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so, line producer. So Simon Pegg did a lot of the gag where he jumped over the fence with the trampoline, and I guess the people are going nuts that he did that stunt with the trampoline stunt because he had to do some rolling. But I don't know. I love I love the slapstick. I love the callbacks to like Hot Fuzz when Nick Frost just goes right through the fence. I mean, that's just beautiful. But it's just a good gag. And you know what's interesting? Like, you finally had a chance to make Sean look heroic.
Mm-hmm.
And he just biffs.
Yeah. Yeah. But then he does get his kind of cool Ferris Bueller moment when he hits the trampoline.
Yes, that trampoline scene. And he goes pretty high. And he does a good roll.
It's not a little. A great roll. It's that Max Shrek thing. Again, it's that momentum.
Yeah, parkour. The Office stole that, of course. But you know, everyone shares those memes thinking The Office created it.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Simpsons did it first, really, but.
Oh, really? Did they?
I'm going to assume they did. Everybody else says it. Anytime something happens, everyone's like, well, the Simpsons predicted it, or they just got lucky. What do you want me to say?
Let's just write a cartoon where we try to predict things that happen in 10 years. And then when it happens, we just go for it. But no,
it'd be like the jet skis doctors did it first.
We did it, Tom. When I saw Tom Waits in Licorice Pizza and they were about to do a motorcycle jump, I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was so excited, yet at the same time disappointed. I'm like, we could have been at a pool. There's plenty of Olympic-sized pools in L.A., I'm sure.
All right, Sean Penn, let's go to my pool and do a jet ski jump. William Holden.
Seat with your name on it.
Literally, it's your edition, the William Holden jet ski. Oh man, but no, this is a perfect jump because it takes wind out of sails. He gets retribution, and then they play with it later in the franchise. Also, World's End features a great jump when he jumps off the building and or I guess he doesn't really fall. Yeah, I guess when he just falls onto the car, and she's like, "Well, you should have done the fire escape."
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, no, perfect scene. I love it. When you brought it up, it made me so happy. All right, now
good.
I'm gonna mix it up. I got some big hitters, but I'm not gonna use them until the second half of this episode. So I was originally not going to do this, but one of our friends, Elizabeth, told us about, we were talking about, I was prepping for this jump episode, and she's like, there's a jump in this movie called Outrageous Fortune. And when Shelley Long, it involves Shelley Long, you know, Bette Midler's in the movie, came out in 1987. Hey, Bette Midler was nominated for a Golden Globe. Hey, it made, $66 million worldwide in 87. So it made bank. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this scene where they are at the very end, you have Shelley Long's character, and she is being chased by this guy named Michael because he wants to unleash this biotoxin on the world. But so they're in this what was the name of it? I just wrote it down. Oh, they're in the Four Fingers, the Mesozoic Cliffs. And Shelley Long, Lauren Ames, the character, uses her ballet skills to to jump over these Four Finger Cliffs. And so I just love when she jumps over one, jumps over another, then there's this massive jump. And the Superman score kicks in, and she just does this grand jeté through. I had to look up how to say this word because I was going to say grand jeté, and she just does this beautiful grand jeté from one end to the other. And then Michael goes to make the jump. He almost makes it, grabs onto the rock, then falls to his death. But the best thing about it is she's like, 9 years of ballet, asshole. It's just such a beautiful scene. Like the director said they wanted to make like a buddy movie, but with like basically a male buddy movie, but with two female leads. And it's just, listen, this is a chase scene that involves someone using 9 years of their ballet experience to use a grand jeté to make a massive jump. And then this dude behind her can't make it and he dies. Like she saves herself because of her 9 years of ballet and her grand jeté. This is a really funny moment, man. It just makes me happy.
And to just think on your feet like that as that character and go like, here's how I'm going to do this, and then nail it. Like if it's the Olympics, at least a 9.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And with the pressure involved, a lot of Olympians don't do their stunts, or not their stunts, their routines over, death-defying cliffs.
No.
Man, that'd be crazy. So yeah, I'd give her a 10. I would. Because like it's a scene her getting her what's the word, mojo back, and then just nailing that jump. And also Elizabeth, she does ballet, and she said that's actually a pretty good form for the grand jeté.
Nice.
I mean, it wasn't Shelley Long, but I do love that the Superman-esque score kicks in. And I learned that Shelley Long and Bette Midler had problems over who gets first billing. So like they said on like one side of the country, Bette Midler got top billing. The other side of the country, Shelley Long. Ooh, not Shelley Duvall. Shelley Long got
It's a
top
very
billing.
different jump.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh man.
Huh.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just a grand jeté. It's amazing, and a movie that made bank and was nominated. And I mean, I don't know. It just makes me laugh. It's a good jump. I've never seen ballet.
It's not a
save
jump
the day.
you see often. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never. You said it perfect. I couldn't have said it any better.
Ballet saves the day.
Ballet saves the day.
That was your high school yearbook quote, correct?
It was, and I tried to put a little emoji in there, and it didn't work. So it technically says ballet saves the day, pound symbol, $, pound symbol, and then that little weird like tilde thing because of the error. So it hasn't aged well, but I feel like the heart of the message is there.
Yeah, and because you love this movie.
Big fan.
And I want to say, let me
Bette Midler all day.
Can I tell y'all what a grand jeté is?
Please do.
It's a long horizontal jump starting from one leg and landing on the other, known as the split in the air. So think JCVD, jumping. It is most often done forward and usually involves doing full leg splits in mid-air. But the dancer must remember to hit the fullest split at the height of the jump with weight pushed slightly forward, giving the dancer a gliding appearance.
Jeez.
And that's what she needed. It makes me happy every time I watch it. And then listen, like, I love final lines in movies. So 9 years ballet, asshole.
You can't beat it.
I want like Arnold to say that in a movie.
Yeah, just with that thick accent.
Oh, beautiful. All right, so how about this? Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll share our final 4 jumps. How's that sound? Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And Nick, you're up.
I sure am. This jump is from the James Bond film
Real
that
quick.
started my. Oh,
How
sorry.
do you feel about the Katy Perry song "Hot and Cold"? I was like, you're up, and then you're down, and then that reminded me of the "Hot and Cold" song by Katy Perry.
I'm ambivalent. If I hear Katy Perry, I'm not mad. If I don't hear Katy Perry, I'm also not disappointed. But I will say I do have a grudge against Katy Perry. My wife's cousin was on American Idol, and he should have gone farther than what he did. But Katy Perry last minute made a rash decision and voted for someone else, and he did not get to make it through. So really bummed out about that. But, he's gone on to put out 2 really great albums. And, I think he's better off for not winning in a weird way.
Interesting. I missed out on the Katy Perry craze because I was living in Korea. And then I came back and I was listening to a song with my brother, and he's like, her voice is like really alive. And it was back in the day. Like I liked her when she belted it out.
I saw her at a Warped Tour after her first, her
dang.
first big single was coming out. I'm like, what's going on here? She did a cartwheel in a dress.
Hey.
I was like, okay,
Good
I'll
one.
buy this record.
Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's we talk about music a lot, so it makes sense.
Yeah, we did a whole draft on Purple Rain and Tron. This is perfect.
And also, too, in Madagascar 3, I believe, there's the scene where Katy Perry's song Fireworks plays, or Roar, and the animals are doing
Probably
circus
one
acts.
of the two.
Yeah, they're doing circus acts and jumping around. Jessica Chastain's Tiger, I believe, is doing circus acts while that song is on, which include jumping. So it's all we have music. I mean, everything. It's all in here, tied together.
I'm for it.
All right. You're gonna say Madagascar 3 now, aren't you?
I want to.
Circus.
Afro Circus.
Yeah, Afro. Yeah. Yeah. Man,
Classic.
I like to move it.
Dun, 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 dun.
You could jump to that. Now,
How
wait,
easily.
I do remember once that you told me that you were at an outdoor concert in Baltimore. I believe it was House of Pain. And you said that you jumped so high one time you ended up in Illinois?
So here's what happened. We were at the Pier 6 Pavilion. It's a pavilion right on the water. And I was jumping so hard that I fell back into the harbor but landed on a boat. Little did I know, the boat headed all the way around the country to California. I'm like, here we go. Now I got to get back to Baltimore. Took a plane, wrong turn at Albuquerque, egg on my face, ended up in Illinois.
Wow, what a journey.
Yeah.
All from an ill-fated jump.
All from an ill-fated jump. Thanks, House of Pain.
How many sprained ankles has the song Jump Around cost?
Oh, no matter what the number is, I don't think it's high enough. Like, no matter how many we guess, it's easily double or triple that number. Like, the amount of popsicle sticks and the ace bandages sold in that era so people could kind of keep their ankles together.
Oh, man. You know what? I heard NBA teams outlawed that song for their players because they were worried about ankles.
Easily.
I'm going to make a stupid chart, Nick, where it's just like ankle injuries after House of Pain's Jump Around was released.
Please do. I will help you. Whatever you need me to do to make this dream a reality, I will do it. Because the people need to know. They don't know that they need to know, but they need to know. And now I need to know.
All right, I'm going to make one tonight.
Hell yeah.
Oh, gosh. All right, what's your third pick?
My third pick, I think, is become a iconic jump in the James Bond franchise saga, however you'd like to call it, and that's the bungee jump scene in the opening of GoldenEye.
Oh my gosh.
Literally just a plane flying through over a dam, and we see Pierce Brosnan sprinting across there. He latches up, hooks everything off, and then just leaps. A massive jump, and just as the bungee hits that apex to rip and pull you back, he shoots a little gun and then pulls himself down, gets into a bathroom, punches a dude, off we go to the races.
And then you get another great plane jump off a motorcycle, right?
Fantastic plane jump onto a motorcycle. Like, just there's a lot of great jumps in the film, but this is the first one. This is the one that got me into James Bond. My grandmother was like, I think you'll like this movie, and I'm like, great. And
first Bond movie.
Yeah. And I think and then of course it obviously leads into the video games like the N64 one.
Yeah.
But then from there it grows, and it's like, oh, other people have done it. Let's see the Sean Connery, the Roger Moore, the can't think of his first name, but Dalton, Lazenby, George Lazenby, so on and so forth. Tim Dalton, that's who it was.
He's a slasher of prices.
Old TD. Yeah. Bringing it back to Hot Fuzz. Here we go.
Oh. Dude, that broke a world record, 720 feet. It was done in Switzerland. The second unit director, Ian Sharp, did it. Wayne Michaels did the jump. And they said that when he'd made the jump, he was thinking about Beavis and Butthead.
What?
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious now about the Beavis and Butthead.
So I learned that during the commentary. So for these, I just went to each specific scene, put the commentary on to see if I could get anything good. And the producer said that the guy said he was thinking about Beavis and Butthead when he jumped off. And he said before he jumped off in his peripheral vision, he saw the guy with the crane that was next to him doing a crucifix. Like across his body. Yeah. And if you go on YouTube now, so many people bungee jump off that dam. It's a thing now.
Huh. Well, I mean, yeah, I could see that for sure. I'm sure there's a couple Looney Tunes that'll jump off with nothing, and then they'll pull like a chute at the last second. So not very high altitude, low open. Envalo, not very high. Envalo, I don't know.
A dam.
Dam altitude, a Dalo, dam altitude, low opening.
There it is. A dam. Dude, first thing I've ever seen. Like, that's the first Bond movie I ever saw. And you're right. I went back to like TBS when they showed TNT. They showed all the things, and you get them on VHS. My wife has a bunch of these Bond movies on VHS. Everyone had the Bond movies on VHS when they started coming out. And then the fact that Wayne Michaels was able to bungee jump, then take a gun out. He said he was passing out when he was doing it when the rope tightened. And
I would imagine.
And it's just to be able to do that. And then he thought in the back of his head, he's like, if I fail this, Martin Campbell's going to kill me. Martin Campbell's the director. And if you watch the behind the scenes footage, he's just yelling at everybody. But what a great scene, and what a good cold open too, because it's new. Because we had what, the Union Jack parachute before. There's a ton of great cold opens, but this was gnarly. And so, you know what I love about this, Nick, and I love that you picked it because they did it. Like, it's not like CGI or green screen. Like, they just flung a dude off a bungee jump. Off a dam.
Yeah, let's get the cameras going and just let these big grand set pieces. And I think that's something that, say what you will about the Bond films, but they've always had these big grand set pieces and relied on physicality and stuff actually happening, and not so much like, well, let's throw a screen and then edit it in post. Like, no, let's really go for it.
Oh, beautiful. What a great scene. Mm-hmm. And then it ends with another good jump. And then it ends, man, I love Sean Bean in that movie. Just like talking to Brosnan about it. Oh, it's so good. Makes me so happy.
Yeah.
But I had fun researching it because there's so much to learn about it. No, I'm actually glad you brought it up because now I know all about the jump, so it makes me happy.
Absolutely. And now I know more, and we're all better for it.
Oh, dude, it's so good. And we have Madagascar 3. We'll always have that.
In our hearts, in our minds, in our souls.
Now, I picked a very obvious one, but
Mhm.
I think it's just burned into the lexicon now, and it's the Revenge of the Sith jump when Anakin Skywalker is
Oh yeah.
fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi, because there's about 7,000 jumps in that scene.
Hmm.
But leading up to that scene, they have to jump to get onto the lava, or to get on the
Little platforms.
little
Yeah.
hill from the platform. Like they jump off the lava thing onto that. But I just love how, if you think about, go back to Phantom Menace, where I was talking to I was talking to Elizabeth and Scott. They were over to the same one who mentioned the jump from Outrageous Fortune. And in the first one, Obi-Wan did the jump over, uh, like force jump over Darth Maul and kill Darth Maul because Darth Maul got cocky, right?
Yes. Yep.
And so Obi-Wan's like, okay, now I know exactly what to do if he
Hmm.
does this jump. He's like, and then just the whole high ground thing. Everybody says high ground now. I remember watching
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, and when they gave up the high ground, I'm like, never give up the high ground. Like I've never had a fight on high ground, Nick. I've only had fights on level ground. I've never fought on
Hmm.
a hill, so I have no
Never.
idea what the advantage of high ground is in a tactical battle with lightsabers. But just like you never see people running down a hill to attack someone like on the bottom of a hill. You always see people storming the hill.
Yeah.
So
That's the
just
hill they're gonna die on.
yeah, it's not a hill I'm gonna die on. I'm gonna kill these people. Wait, sorry, is this a metaphor or like literal? You're not gonna die on this hill.
Just get the doctors, just in case.
Now we were on the top of this hill, and he was just saying that like Notting Hill is better than Dante's Peak, and I was like, man, this isn't a hill you want to die on while you're on a hill talking about Notting Hill, Dante's Peak.
He's going about Salisbury Hill, and I don't even like that song.
Hamburger Hill, Hank Hill, the Englishman who went up a hill and came down a mountain, Lauren Hill,
Grant Hill.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Ah, that's a good one.
Oh man. But I mean, um, but this jump though, I mean, Anakin jumps, gets sliced up. Obi-Wan didn't really want to kill him. But I also
No.
love too how Nick Gillard, the stunt coordinator for this, the fight coordinator who did all the sword fights, he kind of had this idea one night when he was with Hayden Christensen, and they were walking up a hill from dinner, and like they were just sort of joking about who had the high ground on each other, and then that built to this scene. So it came from like an after dinner scene between Nick Gillard and Hayden Christensen. But I just
That's
love
really
that.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, he pulled out like he's like, "You underestimate my power. I have the high ground." And I just love that Obi-Wan's like, "Don't try it."
Yeah.
Like I love how Jedi speak in such eloquent speech, but you know
Yeah.
a Jedi serious when he's like, "Yo, don't try that shit." Like when,
Yeah. Please don't.
like yeah, if you're hanging out with Qui-Gon, he's like, "Nah." You're like, okay, cool. Right?
Yeah. Hard pass.
Yeah.
What?
Like if Yoda goes, "Don't do it," like doesn't even do his speech, just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, I'll lay off this." But I kind of love that, and also it made me think about how Hayden Christensen in a movie called Jumper, which I love, and I forced
Oh
Norbert
yeah.
Morvan to do an episode with me. But that's another movie I love because I was in Korea. I got lost. I was freezing because I grew up in Florida. It was February in Korea. It was like my first week there. My apartment wasn't ready, so I was in this weird hotel. I'm not going to get into it. Businessmen were lined up around the building. There was a lot of cards laying around. But I got lost.
Mhm.
I didn't know where I was. And then eventually I just saw a theater and I went and watched Jumper. And so I guess he jumps. I wanted to include that, like a Samuel L. Jackson jump in that movie.
Mm.
But no, I just didn't want to do it. It's too obvious. A jumper in a jump movie. So I found another Hayden
Yeah.
Christensen thing.
And a
But, I mean,
classic one at that. Let's be honest. If this wasn't on either of our lists, would it be a complete list?
no, it would be a little provocative, right? It's just,
Mhm.
but I had to include it because I
Of
like the
course.
behind the scenes stories. I like to pull from. I mean, there's a lot of research into this. I mean, Megan and I, my wife, we did an episode about this. One of the final fights. It's one of the most popular MFF episodes ever. People just
Mhm.
swallow this stuff up. But yeah, just learning about it and just looking how Obi-Wan knew exactly how to slash. Like this was,
Yeah.
he could have cut Anakin in half, but he just got his arms and legs and just, oh, it's brutal. It's kind of mean for the movie Star Wars, and I just dig it. I mean,
Mhm.
I have the high ground. And how many times do you think people have memed or said I have the high ground, Nick?
I guarantee you it happens every 3 seconds. Someone in the world talks about the high ground.
It's a great point. Yeah, every 3 seconds. I agree.
Every 3 seconds.
That sounds like a. Sounds like a.
It sounds threatening, doesn't it? Every 3 seconds, somebody talks about the high ground.
I was gonna say it sounds like a country song about a dad telling his daughter he loves her every 3 seconds.
After a while, it's like, okay, Dad, I get it. It's a little much. It's
like,
getting
it's fine
creepy.
in a 3-minute song, but imagine if that becomes like a platinum selling hit and you're the daughter. Like, hey, has your dad called you recently?
Yes.
I just can't keep this pace up, daughter.
We had to switch to an unlimited text plan because we ran out of money.
You used to tell me 20 times a minute.
In a leap year, we got real lucky.
I couldn't sleep.
I had a whole extra day of seconds just to tell you I love you.
You record an album on loop, and it just went in my loop. 3 seconds. I love you.
Imagine when you played it backwards, it said I love you.
I went to go see Clueless. Couldn't hear it. People kept shushing them.
Love you. Shh. Sorry. I love you.
Okay. Are you on your final one?
I am, yeah. That's how fast this is going, man. We are just jumping through this episode.
Quantum leaping through it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, you better end on a high
It's been great.
jump.
On a high ground? The last jump I want to talk about is from Kill Bill Volume 2. And this is when Uma Thurman's character, the bride, is working with Master Pai Mei on her kung fu abilities and fighting. And she's really just learning from him and becoming a pupil studying the master. And during her training, he says to her, like, look, let's fight. And if you can land a blow on me, like, you know, you're good. And she just can't. She's swinging a sword willy-nilly. She spins, and he launches above her. There's already a really impressive, defensive jump. She goes to strike. He jumps onto the sword and then whack, kicks her in the face. Spoiler alert.
Beautiful.
But what I love about it, it's not just the jump, which is impressive. It's also the Foley work. Like, they really make it feel like those 70s, kung fu. Exactly. Like, a lot of that stuff, a lot of overemphasized, overhyped, like, bonks and smacks and swings and hits. And then the soundtrack comes in, and it's a nice throwback to films like that. But that leap is just impressive. Like, when he just launches, like, effortlessly. There's no, like, hesitation. He's just, like, up. And then she can't believe it. She's in shock the whole time. Doesn't even have time to cover her face. Yet he has several seconds to say, I'm going to kick you in the – he literally says, I'm going to kick you in the face. Yep. And then whispers, I love you. And then kicks her right in the face.
And it's beautiful. It's a double jump. Like you said, there's actually 3 jumps in this scene if you think about it. He jumps over her, jumps on the sword, and then does a jumping backflip onto the ground.
Yeah, that's right. After he kicks her in the face.
3 jumps. You picked the 3 jumper.
Threefer.
All 3 different jumps too.
We got lucky.
Oh man! And let me ask you a question: is the bride's shoulder that strong, or is he that light?
Ooh, I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those how the sword is balanced and weighted. You know, sometimes you can hold a sword by the hilt, and even though the blade is much longer, right, it still holds evenly.
Yeah.
I think Tori Hanzo made that blade, and that's why it's as strong as it is. The tensile strength is fantastic.
So the sword is doing the holding, not the shoulder.
Absolutely, yeah. It's ergonomics. You adjust the tools to the job, not the job to the tool.
So this makes me think, if I'm a sword maker, and I know that I have to battle these people who have effortlessly balanced swords that are near magical, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a sword maker. I'm going to make the most unbalanced swords ever. Like, I'm going to put the blade backwards. Like, it's going to make no sense. Like, I don't know. Just turn the sword around. But the hilt will be wrong. Like, I'm just going to make them all off balanced. So when these people who are used to perfection deal with my wonky swords, they just fall apart. Like, if they sneak into my place and are like, he has swords there, we don't have to bring swords. And then they use my imperfect swords.
Nice. It's like medieval castles and how when they built stairwells, some steps would be off on different heights. Now, if you lived there, you knew how to step and go up the stairs, but if you were an intruder, you'd slip and fall down. That you're essentially making medieval stairwell swords.
Yes. That's the best thing I've ever learned.
Yeah,
I've done over 400 episodes since 2015, and that's my favorite fact I've ever picked up.
Isn't that fun? It sucks for tourists, and obviously they'll point it out. But yeah, some of them they make different heights, and it's a defense, which I think is really fascinating.
I love it. And I love that this scene is capped off with him throwing the sword perfectly back into the holster. Like, it's just,
I love it.
oh, and then, I gotta say, the whole land a single blow thing, I'll never be able to say that in my life. Because every fight I've ever been in, I've probably taken 3 more hits than I've landed. But, like, I always come through, but I could never say that to people. If I walk up to 6 guys, I'm like, if you land 1 hit on me, they're gonna hit me eventually. Like, they're gonna hit me immediately. And that's gonna be like
immediate.
the ugliest thing you've ever seen in your life.
All
right. Last one?
Last one.
All right. Well, okay. So, I just watched Matrix Resurrections, and there's a serious jumping scene in it. Like, wild jumping scene. And it brought me back to thinking about The Matrix. How there's an entire jumping simulator in The Matrix. And there's an entire simulation about jumping. So as soon as we went to jump episode, I'm like, I gotta include this. Because The Matrix is all about jumping. Whether it's Trinity jumping, I mean, Neo jumping, Agent Smith jumping, everyone jumping, House of Pain jumping. Just jumps everywhere. The fight with the Merovingian and his crew in that mansion, jumping. I mean, in the cave rave in Zion, a lot of people jumping in the air. So Matrix is 70% jumping.
Yeah, it's almost as if when you go onto the set, it's like, will you be jumping for business or pleasure today?
Yeah, it's all trampolines.
Hey, we in a bounce house? This is great.
Yeah, I built the sets on The Matrix. Every floor was a trampoline. If you've seen a wrestling mat, this was nothing compared to that. I don't know. But
the Springs budget was insane.
All the steel was in Australia was used to make springs for the trampolines. Steel springs? Is that about right, would you say?
That or aluminum. We started using aluminum foil to craft springs because we couldn't get them in fast enough.
Yeah, then we couldn't use the sound, so we had to we had to Foley everything. A lot of ADR. But no, I just love that the whole thing is built around jumping. And you have the awesome jump from Morpheus, which leads to whoa. I mean, beautiful scene. And then no one ever made it on the first jump. Everyone's excited about it. And then they even say during the scene, load the jump program. Tank says it. And then they're like, let it all go. And you know what's interesting too? In the beginning of the film, when Neo's thinking about escaping his building, there's a fire escape and he's afraid of heights, so he doesn't go down it. So then this comes back later when he's afraid of heights. And in the script, they're like, why didn't you do it? And then Neo said he didn't think he could. That was in the script. So just watching the whole thing about free your mind and taking a leap of faith. I mean, that's basically what the Matrix is taking this leap of faith, this jump with these pills. And then I like how he lands on the squishy grounds. He learns he can get... So that scene does a lot. It shows he's not there yet. It shows he can get hurt in the simulator. It shows that the people are jaded because many people have tried before that. And it's just a good all-around jumping scene loaded in a franchise with jumping scenes.
Yeah, and the whole metaphorical jump.
Yeah.
It's jumps upon jumps. I mean, not to sound tacky, but it's a jumpception.
Whoa. It jumpceptions you.
Yeah. And I will say this. Every time anyone says free your mind, and especially in the film, they're like, free your mind. In my head, the Funkadelic fan in me goes, and your ass will follow.
Don't be so
Love
shallow.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, man, that song should have played. But just watching the whoa scene, I mean, this is just... I remember being in a theater and watching Morpheus jump. I was 17 when I saw it, and just seeing that jump was beautiful. And so it's just been, I think it's in the world, it's in the zeitgeist. This is a moment that everyone really remembers with the woes and the jumps. And I mean, in any scene where they say load the jump program, like you gotta add it to your list. So this was mine.
It's quintessential. I mean, you have two, like you said, two heavy hitters on the back end, and you didn't disappoint. Both grand slams. I
mean, I had Matrix, I had Shelley Long, I had Keanu Reeves, funky list. And I love your stuff too, man. This was fun. I had a lot of good. Sometimes you just gotta talk about jumping in movies.
And we ran the gambit in jumps too. We had some serious. We had different genres of jumps too. We had action, science fiction, horror, comedy. Like we did it right.
We did it right. This was beautiful. This was good, man. I really appreciate you coming on and joining me. Anything you want to promote before we get out of here?
The only thing I want to promote, and it's actually heavily Godzilla based. I was on Kaiju Christmas with Elwood Jones and Stephen Palmer on the Asian Cinema Fan Club. We talked about Godzilla Final Wars, and recently on Exploding Helicopter, Will Slater, we talked about 1997's Godzilla. So if you're a big fan of Godzilla, check those out.
Absolutely. Well, if you ever want to do a Godzilla podcast, man, I'll host it for you. So just let me know.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, I got tons of space on here. So if you ever want to start your own Godzilla-centric thing, I'll look into it. I can get you set up with your own little, not little, that's very reductive, your own section of my thing. You can release
Godzilla size section.
Yeah, Godzilla size. I hate when people say little. Oh, is there a little?
I think it's being humble. It's like, it's a little thing I do. It's
Yeah.
what I do.
But then people say it's little, and you're like, I'm gonna kill you.
I am fifth in Italy. You will respect me.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's legit, man. That was cool.
Isn't that nuts? I love seeing those when you post them. I'm like, look at him go, Mr. Worldwide.
And I want to say I chart more, but like I would love to share it all, but like I don't know. I feel weird sharing all the cool charts because then it's like, yeah, get over yourself, Mark. But I'm just really happy to see it. Like Nick, when your Godzilla pod takes over the world and you share, I'm gonna love every second of it. I'm gonna like every post you do. So, but then there's people who are like,
look at that little chart over there.
Yeah, look at that little chart. But then people are like, oh, you're bragging. But no, fifth in Italy,
yeah,
man.
You're
like,
right. I am.
Top 20 in France recently.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, man. Just build my top 20s, It sounds good. So, but yeah, I mean, people know you. I bet you the bathroom fights episode. That's where it's at.
That's true. That is true. From bathroom fights to Godzilla.
You should do it, dude. I mean, you probably have other hosting things, but if you ever want to start a Godzilla pod, I'll happily host it for you.
Ooh, I'm genuinely going to think about that.
You can just do Godzilla fights from each movie.
That's a lot of fights.
Yeah. Whatever you want, man. I'm not pushing you, but you're a very talented podcaster, so just think about it.
Oh, come on. Hey, it's just this little thing I do on the side.
All right, man. Well, thank you for joining me, all right?
Thank you for having me.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Nick Rehak, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.